Hello, welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live, where we solve the world's best crosswords together every day live on stream. We are rolling on TikTok and YouTube, and I see Angie's making me laugh. Angie, the last few streams, she joined a little late, kind of three-quarters through the puzzle, and lamented, "I'm late," and today she's the first one there. I'm ready. Hello, hello, hello. Angie, so glad to have you here. Miniest Mini on YouTube as well. Hello to you. And AJ Bradley wishing us a happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm psyched to be back with you all. If you're new here, my name is Jack, and I will guide us through the crossword, but these are always the most fun, the more collaborative they are. So if you see a clue and think you know the answer, pop it into chat, and I will be collecting everybody's input and really making this a group solving effort. Lately on the channel, we've been solving the LA Times crosswords because Arkadium recently acquired the rights to run them, and so now Arkadium users get to enjoy the LA Times crosswords, which are phenomenal, and we've been enjoying them on stream. But one thing to note about them is they're untitled. So a lot of the crosswords we do on the channel have titles, which give a hint at the theme. But today we are on our own. But today's puzzle is by Caroline Hand, and I'm sure it'll be great. All right, should we dive in? I think some people are already given some guesses. What do we got? So one across. Let me just finish my setup here. Angie's like, I'm here. Okay, so one across we have set, which is probably the vaguest clue you can have. I feel like set means so many things. Angie writes kit, which is interesting. Like if you buy a model plane set, you buy a kit, or a Lego set and a Lego kit. So let's go with that. And Scad is here, and Shania says gig, which is an interesting guess. Like you do a set as a musician or as a comedian maybe, and it's your gig. Yeah, that's the problem with set, is that it means so many different things. Yeah, you book a set like a gig. Shania, that does make sense. Let's keep kit for now, because I don't think any of us is sure. Actress de Armas. We got Scav and Tess and Cece back, and Unknown Stuntman all saying Ana de Armas. Yeah. Any Ana de Armas fans here? I thought she had a great performance in Knives Out. I've not seen The Ballerina, which is her new movie in the John Wick franchise. I have not seen it. Fiona's back. Amy Gala's back. Brief blah, blah, blah. Okay, blah, blah, blah. What do we got here? Good morning, Jessica. Hello, Evelyn. Evelyn guesses etc. Yeah, etc. It's brief because we're not spelling out all of etc. But it does kind of mean blah, 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 and so on and so forth. All right. Safari Roarer. Or should we look at the downs? Maybe we look at the downs. Dish named for the pan it's cooked in. This K is looking a little troublesome. Cece says, fun fact, her first movie, she didn't speak English and would memorize her lines. Really? So it was an English language movie, and she had English lines, but she didn't actually speak English. She just memorized the phonetics. That is a very fun fact. Cece says halfway through she started to learn. Interesting. She's very talented. I see. So Scav is guessing paella, which looks good with this AE. This AE is kind of a rare letter combination, but paella definitely works. I did not know that paella was named for the pan that's cooked in. I guess a lot of dishes are. But that is the nail in the coffin for kit, I'm afraid. So can we think of an alternative for set? Oh, but meanwhile, Miniest Mini is giving me, and Angie on YouTube are giving me the lion emoji for Safari Roarer, which works nicely with the L in paella. So let's put that in as well. CC says, oh, then gig is pit, but I don't get pit. And we only had the IT there because we thought it might be kit. So there's just something else this could be. I don't know. P blank blank. See, it should be easy. It's a three-letter word, and we have the first letter, but set is just such a vague clue. Augustino says hi on YouTube. Hi to you. Yeah, AJ's asking for 2 down. That's a good idea. Hey, Izzy May, how you doing? Thanks for the heart. Okay, 2 down. Let's free. Let's free. Ooh, Miniest Mini has a good guess for 1 across. Put. Simple as that. You set it down, you put it down. That works. That honestly works. And actually, it's looking good with the crosses as well. Yeah, Dad Not Dude suggesting unties for lets free. Like if something's tied up and you untie it, you let it free. I like it a lot. Chili, thanks for the heart. Thank you so much. Okay, and what do we got at 3 down? Toyota pickup since 1995. People in TikTok chat are already writing Tacoma. Fiona's like, I should have thought of that. Is that about put? It's not your fault. The problem is it's just such a vague clue. User255 says, Jacko, back on live. That's pretty funny. You can call me Jacko anytime. Okay. Oh, not Tacoma. Tacoma. Yeah, Tacoma is a Toyota pickup. That is definitely right. Scat says no theme. It's an LA Times one. There is a theme. I want to draw this distinction between a title and a theme. There's no title, but we do expect a theme today. We just don't know. We just don't have a hint at it from the title. AJ says waiting for George to arrive to call Jack cool guy. Yeah, that's the highlight of every stream for me, when George calls me cool guy. Captain Jack is back, with a heart, no less. Okay, show approval. Unknown Stuntman and Larry Locke are saying nod, which looks good. I guess if you nod, you show approval. And Scav is guessing 31 across without even seeing the clue. Taqueria option does look like asada, carne asada. I think asada literally means grilled in Spanish. Okay. Yeah, people are seeing the lemon poking out here. 24 across. This is probably our first theme answer. Result of applying bright yellow polish. And it's got a question mark, so there's something not straightforward about it. A lot of people guessing lemongrass. Shania saying lemon cake. Amy Gal saying lemon drop. Evelyn says lemongrass, lemonades. I think we have too many dissenting opinions to really fill this in. So maybe we work on crosses. We do suspect that this is an N, so maybe I'll plunk that in and see if it can do some work for us. Blank a 1. I can think of something that works. J-Jack is here. Yeah, at least we all agree on lemon, says Lucky. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. Corey Smith writes nary. We have a couple other guesses, but I think nary a 1 makes sense. Nary a 1. All right, let's do 4 down first, and we'll approach lemon this way. Cece's like, is it puns again? It might be. You never know. Crossworders love their puns. Daytime coverage letters, 4 down. Daytime coverage letters. Evelyn says nary is very American English, lol. Yeah, honestly, Americans don't use the term nary that much. It's kind of a poetic, you'll see it in poetry, nary a 1, but I don't think Americans are going around using this every day. Let's see. Rob says some news show. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Shania guessing GMA for Good Morning America. Evelyn and AJ have a very cute guess. I like this. SPF? I'm not sure it's right, but it's so clever that it makes me think it's right. Daytime coverage, the idea is that SPF, you cover yourself from the sun in the daytime. What do we think? SPF is good, Jilly likes it, Shania likes it, Lucky likes it. I like it. I think it's very funny. Wading bird at 5 down. Okay. This is usually one of 2 things when it's a 5-letter wading bird, but we might need crosses. Chris Everlasting sent a heart, thank you. And Rob says, that's cute. Yeah, I agree. SPF is a very cute clue. Scab putting both. Oh, actually, Lucky came up with a 3rd bird. I wasn't even thinking crane, but you're right. It could be crane. Cece's like, I don't know birds. Yeah, I guess this could be crane, which looks reasonable with the crosses, honestly. Heron, which also looks great with the crosses. Or egret. I'll veto egret just on the PG at 15 across. But let's move on. Maybe we'll try 4 across. See if that helps. Very Cherry Twist Soda Brand. Okay, J-Jack. Oh, Stork. Phaedra came up with another one. Do storks wade? Scav says, you don't know birds? I love birds. Okay. User255 says, my dad loves birds. My dad loves birds too. He's got a bunch of bird feeders hanging around his house and always playing bird calls and recording all his news sites. All right. J-Jack followed. Thanks for following us. If you don't follow, please do. Please consider it. We do this every day. We stream every day at noon, and following helps us keep the show going, but it also helps you remind us of when we're streaming. Shasta. BB says Shasta, which I'm pretty sure I have seen as a soda brand. I don't think they sell it a lot around here in the Northeast. PC followed. Thanks a lot. Do people like Shasta? Are we happy with this for a very cherry twist soda? Lucinda likes it. And when Lucinda approves, I tend to trust it. Angie on YouTube was guessing heron, which now works wonderfully with Shasta. So let's put heron in. And should we return to this now that we have an N? AJ saying lemon nail. So what's the idea? Result of applying bright yellow polish. I see. Nail like nail polish? Is that the idea? I don't get it, though. Lemon nail? Result of applying bright yellow polish. So maybe we are doing puns of some sort, as CC was guessing. Evelyn says Shasta does not exist outside the US. Honestly, it barely exists where I live in the Northeast. Let's check these crosses because I'm a little skeptical of them. Jessica says, what's the theme? There is no title today. There is a theme, but we don't know it yet. We have not cracked the theme, but I'm assuming this is the theme answer because it's hard to understand. It's puzzling. Big event space for history and PC say arena, which fits with nail. Izzy May likes arena. Captain Jack likes arena. Miniest Mini likes arena. So what do we got? Middle East Peninsula. Fedra followed. Thank you, Fedra. Makes me smile every time. Evelyn says the theme is a specific US state, probably. But I don't even see how this hints at a US state. Middle East Peninsula. Okay, we got two guesses in chat, Saudi and Sinai. Yeah, Scav is saying Saudi's not a peninsula name, which was my thought too. I thought Sinai was more promising, but chat is very split on this. So maybe we do some crosses. Risks. Okay, risks. 6 letters with a PRE in place. Angie and the Miniest Mini on YouTube both voting Saudi. What do we got? Yeah, Effa and Vanilla and Volcanoes. It says perils. I love the name Vanilla and Volcanoes. Such an unlikely duo. Perils looks great for the clue. I'm only concerned about this 8 down TL. Ah, okay, no, this actually makes sense. Pampering for short, TL blank. AJ's like, it's not Saudi, guys. Yeah, I think Sinai always made more sense. Middle East Peninsula, the Sinai, and let's make sure 22 across. End on a high note, checks out. So I think we're in business here. Yes, Shania and Fedra saying TLC, Tender Loving Care, is pampering. Okay, let's check 18 across. Innie or Audi in Paris? Okay, so we got another one of these question mark clues. And Paris, I mean, it's something screaming at me for this letter I'm hovered on here. CC guesses French tips. Like a nail, with some kind of nail polish theme, because we think nail is referring to polish. Very confusing. What do we got? French, oh, I should highlight this clue. Innie or Audi? French mustard, says Effa. What do we think? French nails, French kisses, tips doesn't fit. Yeah, that's the problem. I like the idea for tips, but it's a letter shy. Texas Mom says French navel, and AJ says like belly button. Yeah, I mean, that word, Innie or Audi has to be referring to a belly button, right? So French navel. Okay, so this is the point where I say there must be some kind of revealing entry in this puzzle because these theme answers are not making sense. So it's likely at 62 across, it tends to be at the end, or maybe that long central slot at 39 across. We're going to get some wordplay entry that describes why we're having these weird theme answers. Because, yeah, Scad is saying such weird longs, exactly. C says fruits are the theme. Fruits like lemon, descriptive body parts, navel. I'm just not sure. But Rob seems pretty sure that the tennis great is Ashe. Yeah, Arthur Ashe is a tennis great. Viper roll fish. Ooh, I don't think I've ever had a viper roll. I'm assuming we're talking sushi here. And I can guess what the fish is just from the letters that we have. Yeah, Poke and Effa and Rob and Lay are all saying eel. Have you guys actually had a viper roll? What I've had eel avocado. It's one of my go-tos, but I don't know what a viper roll is. Maybe I'll try to get it next time. Tess says I like the citrus idea, but how do we make sense of French navel then? User255 says yum sushi. Where's the lunch guy from last time? Yeah, there was a guy who graced our stream a few streams back. Brent, I think his name was, and got chat all invested in what he was going to have for lunch. In the UK, we have jellied eels, says Captain Jack. Yeah, I've never had a jellied eel. I'll be honest, it sounds kind of gross to me, but I understand they are somewhat of a delicacy. Pond critter. Angie says, I've never eaten sushi. What? Angie, try some sushi. Oh, navel orange, says, I see. But orange doesn't fit. And for pond critter, I see BB guessing newt, which does work nicely with the N in navel. Let's check the V. Head in Hammersmith. Head in Hammersmith. Angie just gives the like sick emoji. So sushi skeeves you a little bit. Fair enough. Oh, navel is part of the citrus theme, people are saying. Because navel and orange are kind of related. Well, let's check this V. Can we? Oh, so okay, people are getting frustrated with me. Apparently, navel is the name of a fruit. I didn't know this. Navel is just an orange fruit. It's a type of orange. Okay, apologies. Shania getting very cross with me. I just didn't know that. It's a type of orange. Okay. I got to get myself a viper roll and a navel after this. Yeah, Anthea says lav, which I like. Lav is maybe how they were. The lav and the loo are ways to refer to the bathroom in the UK specifically. So Hammersmith is likely a place in the UK. I know we probably have a lot of Brits in chat, so maybe someone can confirm. But the V checks out importantly, so navel is looking better and better. Jessica giving me the toilet emojis. Viva alternative. Viva. Yeah, people quick on that one. David Bursak and Bobino saying ole. Yeah, I guess these are Spanish language cheers. Oh, set again. What? Set gave us a hell of a time at 1 across, and now we're faced with it again. Have to come up with another word that means set, also 3 letters. And I don't even think any of the guesses from last time fit. Kit doesn't work. What else was guessed? Gig doesn't work. We already have an L. What is this? I see. David and Amy are giving me gel. Yeah, that looks good. Kind of like how gelatin will set in the fridge when it hardens from a liquid to whatever it ends up being, a jiggly solid. 10 across, back up, and 16 across, robust. Effa says, isn't set like a word with the most definitions? I would believe that. I have also heard the word run has a crazy number of definitions. Because there's run as in literally jogging, there's run as in ink bleeding, there's run as in start a campaign for office. But set, I'm sure, is a contender as well. Shania and Lucinda like hail for robust, and Angie on YouTube is guessing clog for backup. I guess we're talking toilets again. Jessica, where are those toilet emojis? Okay, 10 down, we have Dylan Portrayer. Aha. Aha, aha. What do we think? Fiona saying skibbity. I'm not getting into skibbity toilet on stream. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. But people know this. Jessica gives the plunger emoji. Oh man, because we're backing up. Oh no. Yeah, BZ Dave says, who just recently played Bob Dylan? A lot of people in chat seem to know. Rob says he was nominated. Gypsy says Timothy, can't spell his name. Okay, but Lucky can and AJ can. It's Chalamet, Timothy Chalamet. Captain Jack shared the live, thanks. If anyone else has friends or family who love crosswords, consider sharing this with them. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet in the recent Bob Dylan movie. I never saw it, but he was nominated, as someone pointed out. Garth's co-host at 27 across. I like this. I know what this is referring to. Holly Joyce knew Chalamet. Nice work. Yeah, J-Jack and Dad Not Dude saying Wayne. Yeah, Wayne. This is Wayne's World. Garth and Wayne are the co-hosts on their show. Started as an SNL skit and then became a couple of movies. I used to like this when I was young. Jilly shared the live. Thank you. BZ Dave says lemon nail still doesn't make sense to me. Well, you are in good company, BZ Dave, because it doesn't make sense to me either. Neither does French navel. People are making a citrus theme out of this, which I kind of get, but it's not enough, right? It can't just be citrus because these are nonsense phrases. So the one thing I will say is that means we have something to look forward to. Something will click eventually, as it often does in crosswords. So I look forward to that. Quaker product. Dylan says lemon nail makes perfect sense. Explain it, please. Enlighten us. Quaker product. Dough bread toast burnt, who I trust on breakfast items, says oatmeal. Oatmeal. Yeah. Quaker oats. They definitely make oatmeal. Emmy likes oatmeal. Lucky says porridge, which unfortunately is not going to fit with what we have. Kim says oatmeal. AJ says fruity body parts. Interesting. French navel. But why French? Hairy cryptid. Yeah, Charlie and someone whose username is just a strawberry say Yeti. Yeah, Yeti. I think another name for the abominable snowman is a cryptid in the Himalayas. Big beast, big hairy beast. Angie on YouTube knows Yeti. Nice work. Second prefix. Second prefix. What does this mean? Yeah, Dad Not Dude and Rob and Scav all click on this one. Nano. So nano is a prefix for second, a nanosecond. That makes good sense. I like it. European volcano. Okay, we know this one for sure. It's definitely, where's vanilla in volcanoes? Okay, here's George. Here's George with the cool guy. People were asking about you earlier. I don't know if you just joined and you were waiting for your moment, or if you were waiting for your moment, but people were saying, where's George coming in to call Jack a cool guy? You made us wait. Yeah, Etna is the European volcano in Sicily. And Zip, AJ Bradley says, George. George says, people for real asking for me? Yeah, for real. I don't know if you can see earlier chats before you joined, but if you can, scroll back. People were asking. User255 says, George is here. Yeah, everyone's happy to see you because you're the cool guy. That's the big twist. Drink Fake Coke says, Elan. Yeah. Zip. This is a word that means like spirit and zip and vigor. Okay, and we have a TION at the end of this long central spanning answer. Poor internet service. George says, sorry for keeping you waiting. I've been busy. It's all right. Well, we're glad you're here. Better late than never. Shania says, hey, you are fine. George says, I was doing something really cool today. I'm sure you were. Of course you were. What else would you do? CC has a nice guess for poor internet service. Shoddy connection. I like the word shoddy, but it just doesn't quite fit. But connection, can we work? Connection does fit. Yeah, CC says something connection. Poor internet service. I mean, internet connection is definitely a good word. Spotty? I don't think spotty fits either, unfortunately. So something. Lousy. Shania says fuzzy. BB says fuzzy. George says, I do a rowing as a sport. I've been racing today. I get to represent the northwest of the UK. Hey, that's awesome. See, I knew you'd do something cool. Very cool. Rowing. Fiona says shaky, laggy. Okay. Maybe we look at 39 down. Shania says, oh my goodness, is the theme something to do with fruit because fuzzy peach, navel, orange, and lemons? Yeah, you're right. There is something going on there. Dodgy. All right, why don't we check some downs? Agostina on YouTube likes fuzzy as well. Observe Ramadan. Can we make sense of this with any of the letters that have been proposed? Yeah, we can, in fact. Team Matzo and For History and Kristen Kapoza say fast. Yeah, observe. Ramadan is to fast. You fast during Ramadan. So maybe fuzzy after all. Let's put in fuzzy and see if let's check the Z. Western National Park. Ah, this works. I know this. I've been there. Western National Park. Jules is like deaf fuzzy. What do we got? Yeah, Zion. Yeah, Rob and Shania and Drink Fake Coke all saying Zion. It's in Utah. And we might as well check the U for good measure. Doing. Yeah, Angie likes fuzzy. Rob says, I've camped there in 10-degree weather. Ooh, that must have been rough. Probably an adventure, though. Zion is so beautiful. Up to, yeah. Amy Gal likes up to. If you're doing something, what are you up to? What are you doing? Okay, so now I'm getting a signal from chat. Josh says they're all cocktails. AJ says mixed cocktails. Who said this first? You're right, there is something cocktail going on. Because fuzzy navel is a cocktail. Is that the idea? Yeah, Josh saying fuzzy navel, French connection are cocktails. So maybe we have one more at 54 across to fill in. Rusty nail? Rusty nail's a cocktail, right? Yeah, Rob says we need drop for a lemon drop. Oh, wait, okay, let's check 54. I can't wait. Feature of an old iron roller coaster. I think this works. Feature of an old iron roller coaster. Yeah, Josh. I think Josh was the one who cracked this wide open. A rusty drop. Okay, so it fits the clue because you have drops in roller coasters, and if it's old and iron, then maybe it's rusted. But somehow we're scrambling up cocktail parts. And Team Matzo is predicting, along with others, Josh is predicting that 62 across is going to be mixed drinks. Oh, it's so good. Because we're mixing up pieces. It's really fuzzy navel is the cocktail, and lemon drop is the cocktail. So we're mixing and matching different parts of different drinks. Oh, did Scav get it first? Apologies, I'm giving the wrong credit. Everyone gets credit, though. We're all part of this. Nice work, everybody. Really fun idea. Okay, let's leave 62 across for now. We'll work our way there, but that was a fun realization. Scav is like, we all got it together. That's the spirit. This ain't a competition. Interesting offers, and we have a suggestively placed hyphen. Yeah, Drink Fake Coke and J-Jack and Amy are all saying loans. It's a cute clue. Because loans come with interest. Jessica giving me money bags. Dad Not Dude says teamwork. Yeah, that's what we're all about here at Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. Obi-Wan player. I know this. I know this one. Rob says mixed drinks is cute. I know. The theme is great. By the way, if you don't follow us, consider following us. We have great crosswords like this every day. If you're having fun, how are you going to know when we're streaming again? You're only going to know by following. And Rob followed. Thank you, Rob. My appeal worked. I appreciate it. Alec Guinness, yeah. AJ and Jilly say Alec. Alec Guinness played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars movies. Angie's like, shrug, I don't know, but our friends know. Kim followed us. Thank you, Kim. Type of symmetry. We got 3 blanks. And Noah says it's Ewan. Ah, yeah, that's true. Ewan McGregor played Obi-Wan in the prequels. Is that what you're saying? Doesn't quite fit. Elimino P? Yeah, Captain Jack saying Alec Guinness was the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah, in the first 3 Star Wars films. Chronologically first in our timeline. Idiocracy says radial. Yeah, radial symmetry looks right. Fun fact, almost all crosswords have radial symmetry. That if you take the grid and you turn it upside down, the pattern of black squares won't change. That's radial symmetry. You can twist it 180 degrees, and all the black squares, like these 3, will line up with these 3. This stripe will line up with this stripe, and so on. Lodge. Wise Warrior followed. Thank you. User255 says, that's a fun fact. Glad you think so. Lodge. AJ, Drink Fake Coke. And, oh, Andrew G. And Skibbity. We got someone named Skibbity Paul McCartney in chat. Oh, no, we were talking about you earlier. Shania says, not me turning my phone around to see if this is true. Very funny. Andy likes in for Lodge. I like in as well. Cloud Cuckoo Land novelist Anthony. What do we got? Cloud Cuckoo Land novelist Anthony. Anyone read this? I don't know this. Eliminope says doer. Like this. People have other guesses. How confident are you, Elim? We can check the crosses as well. Shania likes it. Lucky likes it. Yeah, I don't know that author. Good guy. Good guy crossing pinnacle. Okay. Pinnacle, this is a common crossword entry. Yeah, J-Jack. And Fiona and Jules are all writing mensch. I like that word. Dad Not Do says mensch. Nice, yeah. You don't see that very often in crosswords. And Amy Johnson says Acme for pinnacle, which also looks great. Okay, we're cruising. Very smooth sailing today. I'm liking it. Not as warm. Bicycle Head says mention about. Not as warm. What is this? Ah, nice guesses. Fiona says stonier. So we're talking warm like someone's demeanor toward you. If you're not warm, you might be stony. Have a stony demeanor. Not as warm. Very good. What's 44 across? Samoan capital. Okay. Anyone know the capital of Samoa? I'll give you 3 letters. Glowmeister followed. Thank you, Glowmeister. What do we got? Yeah, of course Scav knows the capital of Samoa. Does anyone else know the capital of Samoa? Dad Not Do does, Lucky does, Pixie does. Okay, yeah. Apia is the capital of Samoa. And if you have trouble remembering that, I recommend solving a lot of crosswords because you will be reminded. Eccentricity. And we got a Z starting it. Drink Fake Coke says, I know it now. Exactly. We like learning things here. Pixie, thanks for the heart. Jules writes, and Amy Johnson write zaniness. That's fun. We got a lot of zaniness in chat today. Yeah, zaniness looks good. Agostino on YouTube new up here. Nice work. User 255 says, how is Scav so quick? And Scav says, I like words. We all like words, but we're not at all as quick as you, Scav. Picker-upper. Barbara says, I'm late. Well, you're not too late. We still got some crossword to go. So join the party. Yeah, a tonic is a picker-upper. A tonic. Kim got tonic. Barbara coming in with a good answer. Wrote tonic. Sweet. Summer coffee choice. Okay, this is looking pretty clear. I see blank blank. Efon, thanks for the heart. And Baby Girl, thank you for following. Drink Fake Coke, who I trust on drinks, says iced. Although I reject this clue because I drink iced coffee in all seasons, not just summer. And the miniest mini has given me an iced coffee emoji. I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that an iced coffee emoji or is that something else? Shania says, I had iced coffee yesterday. I had iced coffee just before stream, as I do every day. Largest U.S. labor union. Okay, good fact. Eliminopi says the NEA, which was my guess as well. National Education Association. It's a union of educators. Okay, should we check 62 across? I think it's time. I think we've earned it. If you're just tuning in, we have these wacky theme entries that don't really make sense. They make sense with their clues, but they're not real phrases. French navel, lemon nail, fuzzy connection, and rusty drop. But people in chat have cleverly noticed cocktails and what 18 and 39 across and 24 and 54 across literally are. Very nice. Yeah, you guys called it. You guys called it. Shania, mixed drinks. Fits perfectly. Very fun theme. We are literally mixing up our drinks. Lemon drop is a cocktail, fuzzy navel is a cocktail, French connection, and rusty nail. We've mixed them all up. It's awesome. I love it. And Lucky giving me all the cocktail emojis. Very fun. Tic-tac-toe side. I like to check the X because it's the least common letter. Yeah, I think the X's. Tina and Charlie are saying X's spelled like this. It's fair. It's like your X's, O's. Probably spell it like this. Angie's like mixed drinks. Yeah, I think we've all earned a drink after this crossword. Who's ordering? I'll have a fuzzy navel. What are you guys gonna have? Right answer. Yeah, this is good. Shania says, I do. Right as in, ritual. It's nice. It's hard to come up with original clues for I do. Lines of praise, and that is crossing former sitcom starring Allison Janney and Anna Faris. Fiona orders a diet tonic. All right, coming right up. Yeah, lines of praise. Baby Girl says oats. That looks perfect. And then people remember the Allison Janney Anna Faris sitcom as Mom. And what's this one? A rootless plant is moss. Yeah, everything is making sense. The Miniest Mini is ordering lemonade with ice because it's flipping hot. That's a great order. 55 down, purposeful. Purposeful. And we can look at 56 as well. Thereafter. Yeah. Liking what I'm seeing. Lucky and Eliminopi and Fiona and Pixie and Dad Not Dude all writing utile. Not a word I use in my daily life. Kind of like nary. Jack Heast says, you guys are too good. I know. Arkadium viewers are very clever. Very clever bunch. J Jack writes, since we have a lot of Jacks in chat, and I'm Jack. Yeah, user 255 says so many Jacks in chat. I always know, and Cat and Jack. And they're all right here on my screen together. That's 4 Jacks in one place. That's too many. One of you has to leave. I'm just kidding. And then someone says, my name's Jeff. Their username is literally, my name's Jeff. Almost. You're almost in the club. Spanish relative. Yeah, Izzy Man, user 255 are lolling. Yeah, everyone writes Tio or Tia, which mean uncle and aunt, respectively, in Spanish. So, down it is. Dumb Boy I Am on YouTube says, I'm not clever, but I did the New York Times in 6 minutes this morning. Yo, if you are solving the New York Times crossword in 6 minutes, you are absolutely clever. And you need to change your username. That is a very fast time, especially what day is it? It's a Saturday. Saturday is the hardest day of the week for New York Times. Miniest Mini says, it's National Jack Day, didn't you hear? Hey, I would know if there was a holiday in honor of my name. Yeah, and supposedly Dumb Boy also getting 57 down. Taker, Giver's counterpart. Yeah, Jessica says, a Saturday in 6 minutes, nice. I agree. I'm a reasonably fast solver when I'm on my own, and I would be super proud of a 6-minute Saturday. That is blazing fast. That is scav fast. What do we do? 59 down, goes on to say. Dumbboy AM says, then this guy does know crosswords to some degree. You do know crosswords. Goes on to say, Tina and Larry and Shania say ads. Lucinda just giving me a bunch of plus signs. I like deciphering Lucinda's hieroglyphics. Goes on to say, yeah, ads. Sweet at 69 across. Jessica also had a different set of plus signs. Drink Fake Coke and Amy Gal writing Dulcet. Nice. Miniest Mini says National Jack Day is real. It's February 7th. Really? And is it about people named Jack, or is it about something else? Is there a national day for every first name? Broadcast. Ooh, I was talking about this earlier. I'm just going to put this one in. Someone said, because we had set twice. We had set meaning put and set meaning gel. And someone said, I think set is the word with the most definitions. And I said that run might give it a run for its money because I know run also has a lot of definitions. And I gave a couple of examples, and I did not give this one. Broadcast is yet another meaning of the word run. Nice coincidence. We were just talking about that. Okay, GPS lines crossing snide looks. Yeah, looks like. Babino says sneers. And Dumbboy I Am says streets. STS would be short for streets, GPS lines. Sweet. We are in business. Only one section left on this crossword. Dumbboy I Am says has over 1,000 definitions in the OED. Which one, run or set? Oh, Lucinda says set was replaced with run, which has 645 definitions. So people are actually looking this up. Are those actually the two contenders, though, the ones that we've been talking about? La Blanc, brand of Asian food products. Jilly says choy. Yeah, and Jessica actually, that looks like bok choy. That's crazy. Is there actually a bok choy emoji? La Choy. I don't know this brand, but it seems believable. The Miniest Mini says, National Jack Day is a day to appreciate the origin of the name and appreciate every Jack in your life for their health, strength, and vivacity. Okay, well, on February 7th, you said, I am going to make everyone celebrate me. I deserve it because my name is Jack. Tina and AJ say Oaths. What was this? Did I even read this? Recitations made by students before entering Oxford's Bodleian Library. Really? You have to recite an oath before entering the library? Is that true? Is that really true? Shania says National Shania Day is August 28th because of Shania Twain. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is too many holidays. I think we don't need a holiday for every first name. Is that a controversial take? Stir. Yeah, Stir. Babino says, and J-Jack are writing adieu. Yeah, Lucky says, does everyone have a national day? That's what I'm wondering too. Like canned olives. And the Mini is looking up National Angie Day, which is August 18th. This is all made up. Baby Girl says I have a whole season for my actual name. What's your name? Is your name Summer or... Yes, summer, spring, winter, fall, autumn, maybe? Fiona points out there are more than 365 names. That's true, so we're going to have to share some of these days. Baby Girl, your name is Summer Rain? It's a nice name, and it's true. Yeah, you have 3 months dedicated to your name, so... Like canned olives. Have people actually been... For history says olives are oily? Lol. Yeah, I guess canned olives, you can them in oil. That's funny. Julie says Jill Day is February 6th because Jack King came tumbling down after, referencing the Jack and Jill nursery rhyme. That made me laugh. Let's see. Someone named A says, it asked if this live was positive. I said yes. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. I'm assuming that means TikTok is asking you to rate the live or something. I like to keep it positive here. You guys keep it positive. Efon says triage. Yeah, that's nice. Emergency room procedure. So it's not literally a procedure like a surgery, but triage is when you decide, who goes where, who gets priority. Barbara on Facebook also got triage. Nice work. Stephen Foley, thanks for liking the live. Mini says, and then I Google my own name, and it says, this isn't a widely designated national day. And Mini seems very offended. So I guess we don't have a holiday for every name. Boxer Layla. Yeah, Pixie writes, Ali. Efon, thanks for liking the live. And Lloyd says Ali. Yeah, this is Muhammad Ali's daughter is actually a very talented boxer as well. Layla Ali. All right, we are almost there. We are in the home stretch here. Alpha Preceder. This is a confusing clue, though, because alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet, so nothing precedes it. Very confusing. Drinkfake Cook says National Talk Like a Pirate Day is the day for people called Arthur. Oh, man. We got the groaners going in chat. Amy Gal and Lucky, very clever. It's Gen Alpha. The word prefix Gen precedes Alpha because Generation Alpha. Very clever. All right. Almost there. Whoop. And Agents Activity will reveal rowing machine familiarly. George was just telling us that he rows. Do you use one of these? Yeah, and everyone's getting them. To whoop is to holler. And then this last letter is looking like it's going to be a G because an erg, I know, is the name of a rowing machine, and agents, like secret agents, will spy. So I'm going to put a G in. We're going to see if we earned this confetti today. While I have you all hostage, do consider following us if you don't already. We stream every single day at noon Eastern time, and it's always fun like it is today. Scav says, finish fast today. Tess has given me the drum roll. Do consider following. It helps us continue the show, and it'll help you remind you of when we're streaming next. Okay, I'm going to put this G in and see. Marcy followed. Thank you, Marcy. Here we go. Let's see if we get some confetti just for Marcy. Yes, nice. Well done, everybody. Very fun. Very good crossword theme. We got mixed drinks, and we're mixing and matching French Connection, Fuzzy Navel, Lemon Drop, and Rusty Nail, all scrambled and given these wacky clues. I really enjoyed this one. Alex Kraft followed. Larry Locke says, loved the theme. Efron and Julie are sending me gifts. I love the big celebration at the end of all of these. Very fun. And do please check out Arkadium.com in the meantime. They've got awesome crosswords like this one, tons of other games as well. Arkadium is great, and you will not be bored there. Lucinda says, very quick today. Yeah, it felt quick, but it's kind of, we run 50 minutes an hour. That's pretty normal. Jessica says, hasta la vista, Jack. I'll be back tomorrow, so please join me. We'll have another good crossword. All right, I'll see you all then. Bye, everybody.